It's time for part 5 of my favorite demos from Steam Next Fest of June 2026. Sit back and enjoy another selection of some amazing indie games and demos you should check out. We're starting things off with Sludgineers. This is a game that I played before Next Fest, but the demo premiered during it, so it does count for it. This is an incremental game about cleaning up a lot of sludge. Each map, you'll be given X amount of time to clean as much of it as you can. The sludge that you collect will be used to earn money that can be applied to your ever-expanding perk tree. The game does go an extra layer that, as you start collecting more and more of the stuff, you'll be able to convert into an additional resource that will once again be applied to more perks and enhancements. As the game progresses, you'll be unlocking more means of sucking up all that disgusting sludge, bonuses for kind of doing it very fast, and more stuff. From the demo, it's a little hard to tell how much more there will be in the full game. There is kind of like this light automation side where you'll convert the sludge to your different resources on the map while you're busy on each stage. But all this was like another incremental that it's not going to be too taxing, and it's perfect for someone who's only going to do a whole lot of cleaning around the house. We leave the sludge behind for some shooting with Sprawl Zero. This is a shooter that is being designed to emulate the style and feel of early 2000s shooting, particularly that of Halo and Fear. You are a super experimental soldier who has been sent out to deal with cultists, but there is more going on behind the scenes, and we are going to shoot through a lot of guys to uncover the mysteries. Our gameplay here is that you can only hold one gun at a time, and you are free to yoink any guns off the ground off of your defeated enemies. And instead of reloading, you're just going to have to be doing lots of weapon switching. Weapons are assigned to different tiers to determine their effectiveness. And yes, you're going to have to quickly decide do you want to take a higher tier but lower ammo weapon, or a lower tier but far more ammo as your decisions. You probably noticed from the footage that we have another 2000s shooter staple here with bullet time. When you're under bullet time, your bullets will actually magnetize towards enemies, and killing enemies in bullet time will drop health. Now there are health pickups around the stages, but this is going to be your main way of getting your health back. The footage you're seeing is played on hard mode, where the enemies do 200% more damage, and you're going to need that because you will die quickly. You do also get a bullet shield that you can use to reflect bullets back at enemies, and I don't know if there'll be any like customization or additional upgrades, or more powers in the main game. Now, the shooting is a little bit more grounded in this one. If you're used to, again, like more boomer shooter, very floaty, moving, jumping, dashing, that kind of thing, Sprawl Zero is not going to be that kind of game. But with the use of bullet time, it does reduce a lot of the skill curve. Because your bullets will automatically hone in, you don't need to be pro super shooter fan in order to get something out of this one. And I am definitely interested to see just how much more bullet time we can squeeze in for a game like this. So, if you're in the mood for some 2000 era running and gunning, then definitely give this one a play. And now we go to Plungeez. This is a puzzle platformer. You play a plumber who has plunged into a sewer, and in order to escape, we must use all of our tools and then some in order to find our way out. The game is described as kind of like a Metroidvania-esque take. I can kind of see that with how the items work. You'll explore room by room or stage by stage. In each stage, you must find a lantern and a light source or a fire source in order to then light the generator needed to open up the door to the next room. Where the complications happen is that you're going to find areas that you cannot access yet, either because you need to go to another room to solve it, or you need a new tool or upgrade that will allow you to go a different route to then move things along. There are of course bonus treasures to find, lots and lots of puzzles and jumping to do. The jumping here is, I would say, on the moderate side. One thing you'll have to learn is to use your plunger as not only a means of wall jumping, but even ceiling jumping. And I'm interested to see like what other tools will be in the main game. This one looks like it's going to be a very interesting dive for puzzle platforming fans. So if you're looking for another puzzle platformer to plunge into, I would definitely give this one a play. And now we go to the Merlies. This is a kind of puzzle platformer with a little bit of city building thrown in. You play as the Merlies, a adorable group of birds who have been stranded on the surface. And in order to create a new home and find all their family, we're going to explore and get into some hijinks along the way. This is a kind of like single player co-op puzzle game in a similar style, I would say, of something like the older like Lost Vikings or even something like Trine, minus of course the combat. How this one works is that you'll have your crew of Merlies along with you, and they can team up to perform various maneuvers, create a ladder, group up to try and hit a switch that needs like a lot of weight on it, and more. You'll explore the world looking for items that you can use to rebuild, or I should say build your new home, as well as Merlies who have gone missing, who can aid you back at your home base. By finding specific Merlies, they will unlock a new feature or power that can either help you in the town or let you explore more of the world. In terms of difficulty, this one is definitely not going for like super difficult play. There's going to be some light to moderate platforming, but you have your double jump and you'll unlock additional means to make it easier to get around. Love the art style, just an incredibly charming game to play. And like I said, I don't think this one's going to be overly difficult, but an easy recommendation for the bird lovers and for the Metroidvania fans in the audience. And now we go to Fright Train. This is a Resident Evil 4 inspired game, where instead of humans, it's dog people dealing with a zombie virus, but we're aboard a train. The demo itself focuses more on kind of like a roguelike mode, but I believe there's going to be a story mode in the main version. Your mission is to go from train car to train car, clearing it out, making repairs when needed, and try not to freeze to death or get beaten to death from the various enemies. You'll explore each train looking for credits so you can use to open up new doors, buy items and supplies, and so on. As time moves forward, you'll run into storm events which will lock things down, and then you'll be stuck in an arena having to shoot your way out. The art style and general gameplay is charming. My main complaint is I'm not a fan of the credit system. You see, the credits are used for everything, literally everything. Open the doors, having to buy more items, and the only way to get them other than killing enemies is you have to run around and just like kick all these objects. I would love if there's just like a means of like collecting them like once you've dealt with all the enemies, or just like a one push button, absorb or magnetize everything kind of thing. Because I can see it becoming very tedious in the main title, especially doing an inventory sorting, as you can only hold one thing in your hand all times, and of course time does not freeze when you're trying to get an essential item into your hands for either shooting or defense. Very interesting concept, and I'm very curious to see what the story mode of this game is going to be like. So this one's going to be for all the Resident Evil 4 behind the shoulder shooter fans, who also are dog lovers as well. We now go to Shatterfarms. This is a farm core roguelike. You're trying to survive the apocalypse with Scythe and Magical Farm. Each area, you'll go into the world looking for seeds and resources. You'll plant crops back at your farm, which will then grow when you're out exploring. By harvesting said crops, you'll gain the items you need to create either health potions or concoctions, which are this game's version of like your artifacts / passives. The movement tech is quite interesting. You have a double jump, you have a dash, you can chain or double dash into a double jump as well, and you'll be exploring a lot of very wide open areas. The game has you going into kind of these like little like pocket dimensions in order to clear them out to move things along, and you're trying to get as many upgrades and power up as needed in order to take on greater challenges, boss fights, etc. I did find like once we got past the tutorial, the game was a little bit hard to understand like what you're supposed to be doing. It just kind of throws you in this wide open area and just says, go. There's definitely something charming and different here. And I would at least give this demo a check for all the farming shooter fans looking for something different to check out. And now we switch to something else that's different with Kick. This is a soccer puzzle platformer. You play a boy who's just trying to get to school and play soccer at the same time. And we'll have to explore a neighborhood, trying to annoy too many people, and make sure all of our kicks are aimed as best as we can. So your soccer ball works with realistic physics, and you'll have to use different kicks and maneuvers in order to move it around the various parts of the level, collecting coins and other things along the way. Each stage has a different challenge that you must go for. Some will require you to get from beginning to end, some may be to get the ball or collect a specific item, etc, etc. I did find it a little bit hard to control. With the ball having realistic physics, makes it very hard to kind of gauge where it's going to go at any given point. And the different kind of kicks will also add to the complexity. You have a normal kick, you have high kick, you have exceptionally high kicking, and more. But the premise here is quite charming to play, and if you don't mind a little bit of frustration, this could be a great game for all the soccer/football fans in the audience. And now up is Suncraft. This is a resource collecting cozy game. You awaken on a mysterious island, and everyone needs your help for finding and collecting various goods. Our gameplay here is kept relatively basic. Characters will give you quests that will involve you either collecting, harvesting, or refining different items, bringing them to unlock the next part of the quest and move the story along. As the game progresses, you'll unlock a leveling system. This will give you different perks that will make things easier and give some more quality of life features. At the start, it's very slow to collect resources and you can only collect a few at a time. But soon you'll get auto-clicking, more inventory or more carrying space, and much more. And the island itself will open up, more characters will be introduced, and you get the picture. If you're looking for a Factorio level of automation and like that kind of complexity, this is not that game. This is definitely going to be more for cozy, casual fans who like collecting a whole lot of stuff. I played a bit of the demo after we were done with the stream, and you do, again, get more quality of life features, more buildings become available, and it's just, again, about the sheer joy of collecting lots and lots of stuff. So if you are in the mood to do some cozy collecting, then this is a very easy recommendation. And now we go to another incremental with Diggin. You play a mole who is digging up a meteor site to uncover the mysteries that are going on. And get ready to do a lot of going down. The general play here is that each run, you'll have to dig down based on the amount of fuel that you have. The stronger rocks require more fuel. When you run out of fuel, you'll get to then apply your resources to your ever-expanding skill tree that lets you dig further, dig harder rock, throw dynamite, and more. You can find artifacts that will unlock special resources or abilities on the perk tree as well. This is again another very basic core gameplay loop for an incremental. I would have loved to have seen like a little bit more in terms of like prestige or more advanced elements. And it just felt good to play. If you're a fan of incremental games, then this one is a very easy recommendation, and I'm curious to see again like how far things will go down the rabbit or mole hole when the game is released. And now we go to Hearth and Hamlet. This is kind of incremental, cozy city building. You have to create a town after fleeing your previous home, and soon that town will become a mighty kingdom. But first you gotta make sure you have enough food, wood, stone, and more to keep going. The basics are you need to always manage your supplies. Food is the most important because food determines the rate in which more builders will move in. At specific caps, you'll get another worker that you can apply to one of your many buildings. As the game progresses, you'll be able to upgrade your buildings to get more features, get researches to speed things up, unlock more stuff, and there's eventually like a very late army management system where you'll be able to train troops who can defend your growing town from goblins and other threats. This one can be a bit slow to start because every time you use food, it will once again make it slow for you to get more villagers to go. And it seems like the best strategy, at least to speed things up, focus heavily on food until you hit the pop cap, and then spend your upgrades accordingly to then get more food to then get to the next pop cap. This one is, I wouldn't say it's going to be more advanced as some of the other incrementals we've played, but you do have to be at least a little bit more mindful as to what and when you are clicking. I'm curious to see kind of like when more the like warrior or soldier managements come into play in this one. But again, it's another very solid concept as far as like an incremental / city builder go. So if you're looking to raise a village and do it by making numbers go up, I would at least give this demo a try. And for the last game of today's video, we have Knick, Knack, Shack. This is a cozy stacking puzzle game. After you've been let go from your job, you decide to go on vacation and do the hot new craze of setting up cairns all over the place, using whatever things you can find. Each puzzle you're given an area, and you must use all the various objects to stack and hit certain thresholds if you want that sweet, sweet high score. You're dealing with kind of semi-realistic physics, although I don't know how many pyramids can flop around like they're made out of paper. But you'll need to figure out exactly where to put things and how to organize them to get as high as you can go. And that's it. This is again aiming for more on the cozy / casual side. And as someone who's been bored before and like stacked things around my desk, this game definitely speaks to me in that respect. So if you're in the mood to just to see how high you can stack something, I would give this one a play. And with that, another showcase comes to an end. You'll find links to all the games down below, and as always, let me know what you think of them. And we'll be back with more indie games from Next Fest in the coming days, and for more game coverage coming soon. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and if you're interested in more of my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.